Hari Om to all the divine Atmajyotis. Let us continue our contemplation of Aparoksha Anubhuti. Right now, we are contemplating on day 3 talk by Sri Prabhuji. And we have formulated certain questions based on the day 3 talk. So we will take up question by question and we will contemplate. So the first question for contemplation today is Atmajyoti. We keep referring to ourselves as Atmajyoti. Prabhuji refers to each one of us as Atmajyoti. What kind of a Jnana is Atmajyoti? Is it Pratyaksha, Paroksha, Aparoksha? What is it? So let us share our views on this Atmajyoti. Anyone likes to begin? Should I call out the names? Or Ashwini ji also has joined us from today. So would Ashwini ji like to share?
Yes, Vijay ji.
Thank you.
So first, I'd like to let's understand what is Pratyaksha, what is Paroksha, what is Aparoksha. So Pratyaksha is something which you can feel with your sense organs, which is available to you. Paroksha is something which comes as an inference through the mind, which you can, for example, if there is a smoke somewhere, so you know that there is fire there. So it is an indirect experience. You don't see this fire, but you know that there may be fire there because of the smoke. And Aparoksha is something which is an intuitive, something which there is no interference of the sense organs. There's no, not the sense organs or the mind. It is something which you know from deep within. So, for example, Guruji gives an example of a dark room. And you're in the dark room and you ask someone, is there a table there? You say, I don't know. Then is there a chair in the room? I don't know. Because I can't see, I can't feel it. Do you think there is a calendar there? Oh, my friend had told there's a calendar, so maybe it is there. So this is the first one is Pratyaksha. You don't know whether it's there because you can't feel it. Paroksha, you guess, okay, my friend had told, so maybe it is there, but you're not sure. But if you ask somebody, are you there? So that you can tell with full conviction, yes, I am there. So this, though you don't see it, you don't feel it, you just feel it, you know it intuitively that you are there. So that is Aparoksha Jnana. So the Atmajyoti is an Aparoksha Jnana. It is something, it's there everywhere. You can't know with the senses, but it is intuitively, it's there. So this one. Carry on.
Thank you, Ashwini ji. Shubha ji, what is your view on this question?
Yeah, it's the same as what Ashwini ji has said. What kind of jnana is Atmajyoti is Aparoksha jnana, and all other explanations. I also have the same answer as to what is Pratyaksha, Paroksha, and Aparoksha.
Okay, when we use the word jnana, so usually it translates to knowledge.
Yeah.
And knowledge is something that we usually refer to through memory. So, for example, if I ask you, what is the speed of light? Do you have that knowledge? Where if I ask you that, you may say, yeah, I've studied it and I know it and I remember it. So, in a way, jnana, when we use the word jnana, it is something to do with the memory. Can you distinguish between that kind of a memory, that kind of a jnana, and when we say Aparoksha jnana, here also we're referring it as a jnana. Is this right usage, or should we modify anything here? Is the question clear?
Yeah. The jnana, what is referred here is the knowledge of the self. So if we take the example of what Prabhuji says in the video, right? Jnana for knowledge, we know that we got this knowledge from certain point of time, but we cannot talk about the same in comes to ignorance. Like there is a time period for knowledge, but there is no time period for ignorance. Is what. So the knowledge referred to here is the knowledge of the self. So
how are you relating these two? So the question is, is the Aparoksha Jnana or Atmajyoti as Aparoksha Jnana, is it also like other Jnana? Jnana essentially means something that I learn and I am able to now recall. Is Atmajyoti that kind of a Jnana? That is a question.
okay, the jnana, from my point of view, if I have to say, this Atmajyoti or Aparoksha Jnana, I did have it with me, but I didn't realize I was having it. So it is because of this satsanga and my guru that I realized that this jnana is there.
So in that sense, it is also like what is the speed of light? Is that what you are saying?
It's not that way, but the realization came after I attended these classes, that Atmajnana, I would say. See, this is my personal this thing. It may not be universal. My personal experience, I'm saying here. I didn't have this jnana at all, that I am the self. Brahman, Atman is nothing but it's not outside but inside. I realized only after attending these classes. So that's my personal experience.
In that sense, it is also like the other jnana.
Yeah.
It came in first and then it helped you to realize, to recognize.
Yes.
Vijayji, I don't know if you're driving towards this, that your question is it, see, it's not like others in the sense, it's not related to memory. Your question was, is it related to the memory in some way? So it's not like yesterday I was there, that's why I am there today. You exist today because you were there yesterday, of the memory that I was there yesterday. So it's not like that. I'm there present right now. It doesn't depend on the memory whether I existed yesterday or not. So the self is there all the time, and it's not related to memory. I think that this what you wanted.
That is what you are feeling. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Does Shilpa ji have anything to share on this question and on the other aspect that we just now raised with Shubha ji?
Yes, sir. So your question to speed of the light. So that is something which I learned. So it is relating to memory, as in it's Paroksha because it has mental reference, and it is only due to Paroksha I can come to Aparoksha, the realization of self-knowledge.
So Atmajnana or the Atmajyoti as a Jnana started as Paroksha.
Actually, sir, it is Aparoksha, but Paroksha is what helps me to arrive at Aparoksha.
So it first comes in through the Sadguru as a Paroksha Jnana.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because it is Sadguru who is teaching you, right? That
Yes, sir.
you are
Yes,
that.
sir. Yeah.
So your viewpoint is, can you now summarize your viewpoint?
So, so what kind of jnana is Atmajyoti? It is Aparoksha, but it is only through Paroksha I can arrive at Aparoksha.
Hmm.
I hope I've summarized in the right way. I'm not getting the words, but this is what I feel. It is.
Very nice. So do not worry, do not hesitate. That is how you see it, and you said it well. It begins as Paroksha for you. It began as Paroksha, and it's has it led to Aparoksha?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Very nice. Anything more you would like to share?
No. So that's it.
Thank you, Shilpaji.
Thank you, sir.
Saramanji?
Yeah. Nice twist in the question. I thought like it's easy one, then like so yeah. So how does one get knowledge of something? Right? Like let's take the example of smoke. For someone who's seeing it for the first time, that person will not know, and then he's been taught that okay, let's okay, this is fire, and the fire, from this fire there is smoke coming. Okay, then he realizes okay, fire and smoke. That knowledge goes into the memory, right? That, and the next time when that person sees smoke, he can relate to that. Okay, smoke and fire are related. That means if I see smoke, then there is fire, right? So here, like the Pratyaksha is learning from other, and then Paroksha is like inferring, right? This is two types of knowledge commonly we use. Right? Now, when it comes to knowledge of the self, it is different in the sense there is nobody teaching me that I exist or me. That knowledge is there without someone telling me or inferring that I'm guessing that I exist. It is there. Naturally, it's there, or right, or intuitively, it's saying like it's there. That's where I say that it's Aparoksha, and that experience is what I call as Aparoksha Anubhuti. Right? Like the experience of myself. Nobody has to tell me, or nobody has to question me. Like, do I exist? The very fact that somebody is questioning me means I exist. And they are so here the way I see it is, this knowledge is this jnana was always there, but the one difference is where we focus in the regular in the common in the world, like focus on like all the knowledge that is being acquired, and that leads to feeling the ego feeling good about it, or like I know this, I know this. But what is always there, it has never been appreciated. That how about yourself? You had the knowledge all the time. It's like it's always there. So there was no focus on the knowledge that came with like with itself, right? So this Atmajyoti Jnana is now trying to focus on that, saying like, what about that knowledge you always had? Let's discuss it. And I never thought that that's something big or something worthy of thinking until we start going through this vichara and say, oh, okay. So that's that knowledge that I came with, that came with me. Okay, that is the actually biggest of all the knowledge, because that is the one that is allowing me to go through other experiences. And I just took it for granted, or like I never bothered about it. So this jnana, the Atmajyoti jnana is that not acquiring new, but like looking into what I always had, and I underappreciated or discounted it because I didn't put any effort to get it. It's like the mind feels good when it, like I fall down and climb up, go through like 3 years for degree and get marks to, then like it feels good. But the one that it always had naturally, it's like, right. So that is how I see it. Okay, I never looked it in this perspective until you asked this question. Yeah.
Excellent. Just yesterday I heard an example. Let's say somebody wearing some 2-3 pairs of socks, and then wearing one slipper, and then wearing one another boot over it, and then putting some let's say iron fillings, and then try and then walking and then saying it's so heavy, it's so heavy, it is so heavy. Who put all that? You did. So but now you are saying it is so heavy, it is so difficult to walk. Wonderful, very nice. So depending upon the one who is answering, it can be all the three. It can be Pratyaksha, Paroksha, and Aparoksha, depending upon who is answering. But when you look at it purely from the viewpoint of evolution of a seeker to one who realized, at the stage of seeking, there is some kind of ignorance. And ignorance of what? Ignorance of who I am truly. Ignorance of what is this world. Ignorance of my connection to this world. There is a sense of separation, and that is what is driving. That is what is called as ignorance. So from the viewpoint of when I'm ignorant, I have to receive this knowledge. And how do I receive this knowledge? Through Sadguru.
Pratyaksha then.
Yeah, so then I hear it as so Sadguru gives various examples, and all those things can be categorized in Paroksha and Pratyaksha.
Pratyaksha, yeah.
Yeah, because there are various prakriyas where I also start experiencing certain things. I start getting glimpses of it. Oh, it is very Pratyaksha. Oh, I sat in meditation and wow, something happened. Oh, I am something else. It must be true. That is what Guruji said. Oh, that is Paroksha. So like that, the journey begins there. But the ultimate reality is like how it is said in one of the Kannada Gade. There's one Kannada Gade called as, said something like this. Someone is searching for ghee. And the Gade says, ಅಂಗೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಊರೆಲ್ಲ ತುಪ್ಪಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಡುಕಾಡಿದ್ರು. So somebody has butter in their hand, but is searching everywhere for, can you give me some ghee? Can you give me some ghee? Can you give me some ghee? It was always there. All I had to do was to use that butter and make ghee. But somebody had to point it, like all the examples. So Sadguru points it out. Sadguru reverses the direction of seeking. Seeking is natural. Seeking is quite natural. Each one right from day one is constantly seeking. Why is that? How is that? though we may not put a particular focus to that question, see, right from childhood, there is a seeking. Children are very curious. They ask questions. So we simply call it as, your children are very curious. But behind that curiosity, there is an innate seeking to know this all. Because we cannot be satisfied by knowing part. You and I cannot be satisfied by knowing some little bit. See, even in a story, right? That's why story writers know how to create suspense. They bring the story to a certain point and then they say next week. And then you are so, I want to know that what happened. Look at all the conversations. Hey, what happened in that serial? Did she really run away with him? Or did he kill? Who killed? Who killed? We want to know. We cannot be satisfied with incomplete answers. Or not knowing, even in our friend circle, if you really see in children, how do they really punish somebody? By not telling them something, right? In front of somebody, everybody in the ears is saying something, and when that other person comes and says, what is that? No, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you. And that person feels so left out, so miserable. And then, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, you brought chocolate now today, you give it to us. So then he gives a chocolate, and then now I'll tell you, right? So like that, we just cannot, the suffering, the greatest suffering is not knowing. So there's an innate drive to know. But to know what? That direction, that clarity emerges when you come face to face with Sadhguru. What are you seeking? What are you seeking in life? What is your search for? What is that will really give you that, yes, I have known it all. Like how it is said, no? Know that by knowing which you've known that all that is there to be known. So that is what to be known. And when that is known, and known means what? Realizing that I am that. So when Sadhguru teaches, it is Tattvatamasi. You are that. It is like a Paroksha. It is like a, through various prakriyas, it's a Pratyaksha. But Aham Brahmasmi. It is Aparoksha. But it's not a claim to be made. It is not something that, I go back to Sadhguru and says, oh, now, I'm claiming. Aparoksha is realizing. Realizing means you are that. You've never been something else. And when you are that, it's like, you don't have to keep on proving to anybody that I am a man, I'm a man, I'm a man. You know it. Job done. Any other questions, viewpoints? Silence is good. Aparoksha is ultimately silence. But to continue the entertainment of life, shall we take the next question?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So questions are for entertainment only. Okay. So next question is, which state is real? Waking, sleeping, or dreaming? So we'll continue the pratha. And the pratha started with Ashwiniji. So we'll start with Ashwiniji.
There are three states mentioned here, waking, sleeping, and or dreaming. Okay, so waking is, in the waking state, you say the dream state is unreal. In the dream state, the person claims that the waking is unreal. The dream is so real for them that the waking is unreal. And in sleeping state, you don't know both of them. you're not aware of both. So here the waking and dreaming are both equivalent to dreaming itself. So the real state is the deep sleep state, where you are in Brahman and nothing else is there. So actually in another talk, Guruji says it's this, we are actually all this is like spikes which come, all this waking state and all is like you're actually in some sleeping, deep sleep state all the time. And all this, whatever this waking is there, is just like just small spikes, comes and goes. And totally, if you put together, it's only 1 millisecond, or I don't know, it's very short duration, it's a few seconds or something. We think it is a 24-hour day. It was a revelation to me. It was actually only a few, the gap between each thought is so much. Each thought just comes and goes. So the waking is actually a very minuscule thing. It's just coming, going. Okay, but that is unrelated to this video, but it just reminded me of that, so I just said that. So the only real state is the deep sleep state.
To say something is real, what is the criteria you're using?
It is always there. It is the truth is always there. See, it's not coming and going. Like waking state, things come, like you're saying about Maya and Mithya, Satya, Mithya. Is that what you're looking for? See, waking state comes and goes. And dreaming state also comes and goes.
In a
But-
similar way, someone would say, yeah, I had a deep sleep, now I'm awake. Even deep sleep it doesn't last, no?
That's what we think. No, that's a background actually. It looks like the waking state is real. It looks like like I said just now, that thought thing. It's just a thought which comes and you're going back to the deep sleep. It's just one thought which comes and goes back. So the background is like a screen. It's like you're always at peace. I don't know how to explain it, but you're always, the background of peace is there. One thought comes and you think I'm actually awake and I'm doing it, and then again you go back to that. Like I said, that thing that there is the time gap between two thoughts is actually vast. I'm sorry, we don't know it, but it's coming, going, in the waking state. Example in this talk.
But do you take this waking state? So you don't take the waking state as real?
Slowly, actually, I'm still not in that state where I can, but there is some, I see, at least now I feel that after I go back from this satsang, I'll again go back. I'll forget
becomes
everything.
real.
Okay, it's again back to that old drama. But
So that's what I wanted to tell Vijayji. Yeah, the switch from the first question is that the world looks so real. The waking state looks so real. It just sucks everyone in.
What use of a mold doesn't draw you in?
Yes.
Ask her.
Yes. That's the beauty. Yeah.
Yes, Ashwini ji. So the background is what you are
What do you
calling
mean
as
by
the
it?
deep sleep.
Actually, it's beyond the three, no? Turiya, they say, is beyond the three. But it's similar to deep sleep.
It is similar to deep sleep. Okay, all right.
Because, but thing is, in deep sleep, you don't have jnana. So jnana is required to come beyond, that's what Turiya is beyond these three also.
Okay. So are you changing your answer that deep sleep is the real?
It is not there in the option. Multiple choice, only 3 options are there. Maybe
That's why I had to choose one of them. No, so I chose deep sleep.
That is the trick. Entertainment.
Among these three, it is deep sleep.
So,
But,
Vijay, there is no
Surya
all
is
of the above,
beyond
none
these
of the
three
above.
also.
No, that, who's stopping you from making that up? You
Okay.
don't have to be bound by the constraints of the questioner.
Hmm.
So you can shoot down the question saying that the question is not real.
Then-
Okay, wonderful. So how about Shubhaji? Would Shubhaji like to share?
Which state is real? None of the three states are real because there is a question of duality there. So I see in these three states, I see myself as somebody other than the self. So when I see myself as someone else other than myself, then all these states become real. But that's not the case.
But
There
in
is no
deep sleep, you're
duality
not
there.
seeing duality, no?
Sorry, sir?
In deep sleep,
Yeah.
you're not seeing anything else at all. You're not even aware that you are in
Sir,
deep.
you said to stick to the question, waking, sleeping, or dreaming. I didn't
No,
come to
it
deep
can
sleep
be none
state.
of the above, all of the above.
No, I never said stick to the question.
Yeah.
I said use the question to shoot down the questioner.
I conveniently used what is convenient for me.
Sure. So that is why questions are there. You use it for your convenience.
So in these three states, there are duality. So yeah, all these three states are not real. So when it comes to deep sleep state, there is I feel that the state of awareness is not there in deep sleep state. So in order to know the pure self, the awareness should be there. So that's why I am shooting that also off, saying that is also not real.
Okay. So you shooting is okay, but the reasoning you're giving for shooting it, you're saying that there is duality in deep sleep.
Yeah.
And how are you making that?
State of awareness is not there, no, sir. In deep sleep state, there is no awareness, right?
So, for example, then, for the one who wakes up from this dream, the one who realizes, the one who we call as Buddha, awakened, Sadguru, you think in their deep sleep there is awareness?
I was prepared for spin bowling, not these bouncers.
This is a googly.
So
And it's
maybe I would like to hear what is this thing. I don't know, sir.
it's a softball. You can hit it out of the stadium. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Shilpaji, your view?
Yes, sir. Like everyone said, which state is real? So none of the above. So deep sleep state is the state, like, and beyond is what is real. Real, why? Because that is where the truth, that is Satya, exists. And I mean, in that state, you so I don't know how to put this.
Now look at what is that. What is it you want to express? So are you looking for particular words? What is the idea you want to express?
So in a deep sleep state and beyond, it is the self that, our true self that exists. So
In the waking state? Right now, you are in the waking
yeah.
state, are you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Or is it a dream?
No. So
How do you
what?
know this is not a dream?
So, so how do I know this is not a dream?
Hmm.
So I don't know how to answer that.
No, but you are clear, right? This is waking. You are saying this is waking, and this is not
Yeah,
dream,
this is waking.
and this is not dreaming. You are saying.
Yeah,
My
yes.
question is, then you should know the criteria, or you should know how you can distinguish. See, for example, if I ask you, is this right hand or left hand? Which one is right hand finger and which is left hand finger? You will use some criteria
Yes, yes, yes.
to
Yes,
discriminate,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Like that, my question is, what is the criteria you are using to discriminate between waking and dreaming?
So waking, I'm awake, I'm moving around. Dreaming is when I go to sleep, I dream. So
But during your dream, you will be moving in your dream, no? So really,
yes, sir.
the
Yes.
dreams also feel so real, don't they?
Yes, yes, yes.
And during the dream, do you know that you are dreaming?
No, sir.
So what is the criteria then? What is the criteria you can say or you can apply to say this is waking and this is dreaming?
So Shubhaji had made a very good point about duality.
Hmm.
So, so in a deep
In dream also
sleep,
you have duality, no? That's why
sir.
in dream also you have duality. You
Yes, sir.
see,
Yes, sir.
you see places, you see things, you see yourself talking to somebody, and that's how we narrate the dreams, no? Yeah, last,
Yes, sir.
how my dream was, I was there, and that person came, and what we were doing, like that. In dream also there is duality.
Yes, sir. But so in the deep sleep state and beyond, there is no duality because uh, there is no shape or form that I'm interacting with.
Okay. Before we go to the deep sleep, uh, because you made a particular statement that, right now I'm waking, I want us to see whether there is a ability for us to discriminate between waking and dreaming.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is there a
Yes.
criteria through which we can say, or you can say right now, how would you distinguish between dream and waking?
Dream, we know it's not Satya.
Waking? How do you know that right now all of us are guessing in waking? Whose dream? Maybe Shilpaji's dream.
We are all in Silpaji's dream.
Shilpaji's family will say, don't you have better things to do in at least in your dream? But she will say, no, 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 I had a satsanga, I had a dream satsanga. Very nice. Please. Because most people know when they wake up, they say, what a horrible dream I had. My God, I was sweating and I was screaming. But so if somebody wakes up and says, I had a satsanga dream. Parvagilla, parvagilla. Yeah, Shubhaji. So how would you distinguish?
It's all Mithya, sir. That's it. Even this is Mithya now.
It's like, it's a very low tone.
Yo.
Even moksha is mithya.
I don't want to reach that stage that moksha is mithya, then no drive to do anything.
Yeah, Sarvanji, what is your view on
Yeah,
this?
so in the common use, I give more weightage, more importance to waking state because it looks very real. And compared to the dream state, the reason is the dream, I go through experience and then it's gone. That experience in one dream doesn't continue. While in waking, what I go through, it continues. It seems to continue. So so it looks very real. It looks very real, right? So that is the explanation before Atmajnana, right? And with Atmajnana, like what I have realized is it is the duration that is the difference. In a dream, in the dream, it is very real because that the dreamer, when I see that tiger chasing me in the dream, I sweat, I run, and then I shout. So in that state, it is still very real. It is the duration, right? While in the waking, again, it's a different duration. It's so both in both states, it is real in the sense from the one who is going through the experience. Both states are real, just that the duration of the dream is different from the duration of the waking state. Okay. And what is common is, or like the difference is, in the waking state, the body is there and the mind is there, right? While in the dream state, the body consciousness is gone, the mind is super active, is that, right? While in the deep sleep state, basically both the body and the mind awareness is gone, right? And what is left? There is something left, and I cannot say that nothingness, because from the deep sleep I come back to waking and then I say that I felt good. So that whatever was left gave me that good experience. Okay. And but then what one has to finally realize is, this is from the body mind point of view, we are classifying this waking, dreaming, deep sleep. While from the Jnana point of view, it is still, even the waking is a sort of a waking dream, while one has to completely wake up. The real wake up happens with Jnana. Okay, where like you go beyond these three states, and that is the real waking up. Okay, and with the real wake up, you are able to you are not rejecting any of the three states. You are able to see the reality in any state. So from a jnani point of view, he is fully awake all the time. There is no, he doesn't go through sleeping, deep sleep, and then wake up. His awakeness is more from the jnana point of view, that he clearly sees, not through the eyes. He sees that it's Brahman alone is there, and all these appearances come and go. Right. So that is the real waking up. While these three are like with respect to the body and mind, that one is going through these experiences. Right. So the point to the seeker is, if you're giving too much importance to this waking state, just be aware that and like, why am I not giving less importance to this state? Because I'm rejecting dream, saying it is It will just come and then it will go. It's if I get a lottery, it's not it's only in the dream and then it's gone. Or if I lose all my wealth again, it's only for that only for the dream, right? While so even in this waking state, it is just that it may be a little longer, but it is also a waking dream. You have to ultimately wake up from this waking dream as well through jnana to the higher consciousness.
Very nice. So we've spoken this story. So the king who was sleeping, and his kingdom was attacked by the neighbor king, and he goes to defend, but ultimately he loses, and is banished into the forest. And for 2-3 days he's walking in the forest. He has had no food, no water. He's almost like feeling like, I'm going to die now. And suddenly somewhere at the edge of the forest, he sees some temple and then some people standing there and somebody distributing food, dana. He is very happy. He goes and stands in the line. By now, all his possessions are taken out and he is walking in the jungle. He looks like any other beggar. So he goes there, his turn comes, he goes there and he holds his hand, and that fellow says, no, food is over, go. Now this king though is crying, Ayo, I've not had food for 3 days. Please see, there must be something at the bottom. Please scrape the bottom, give me something. So that fellow, not being able to see, is crying. He scrapes and scrapes and whatever he finds and he puts and he says, okay, please eat. And the king is about to eat. A gust of wind comes and then throws that leaf away, and the leaf falls on the ground and all the food on the plate is on the ground. He is now totally demolished. He's crying, Ayo, last morsel of food, it's also taken away. He's crying. Suddenly he feels somebody shaking him, and he looks, his queen. She's saying, Maharaja, why are you crying? What happened? What happened? He looks around. Oh, the Maharani says, oh, Maharaja, you must have been dreaming. Don't worry. Bad dream. Now he starts crying even more.
Yes, such.
Now he starts crying so loud. And Maharani asks, why, what happened? The dream ended. No, I don't know whether that was the dream or whether this is the dream. Whether,
Yes,
me
such.
being the
Yes,
beggar
such.
there was a dream, or now me being the king in front of you and you talking to me. I don't know whether this is the dream. तो क्या वो सच था या ये सच है? The truth is, neither that is the truth nor this is the truth. You are the truth. Waking, sleeping, dreaming is coming and going in you. You are the only truth. You are not the waking. You are not the sleeping. You are not the dreaming. You. आप सच है. As what? As that pure awareness. Because it is in you as awareness that you see there is something called as a waking. There is something called as a dreaming. It is you who is able to recognize sleeping. Like how Sarvanji said, before the Jnana, I, as a body, mind, and intellect, is sleeping. I was dreaming. I am now in the world, transacting. Used to be that way of narration. And why dreams are taken lightly? Because, like that king, sometimes we come to know that it was just a dream. If that queen did not wake him up, he would have been crying for some more time. And he might have felt the dream is real. Some of us, you also would know people around you who go on talking at length about their dream as if, it is something big deal. There are people who sit and analyze the dreams. There are people who treat you based on dreams. All of this is such a big business. Dream readers, dream catchers, dream analysts, dream healers. So there's a big industry around dream. And the sleeping is another big industry, so that you can dream well. How most of the mattress companies advertise sleep well, dream well. So anyway, this is good for the industry, good for the economy. You know? But then, like that queen woke him up, he woke up. But then, how do you wake up from this so-called waking dream? See, when that dream ended, when the sleeping dream ended, you open your eyes and you see the world has changed. Maybe in that story, the king was crying in a village, and he was walking in a forest, and his dress was all torn. So suddenly the whole scene changed, like a drama stage. Suddenly Sita was in Ayodhya, and next scene, ta-da, she's in some deep forest. Suddenly the scene changed. So therefore, Sita knows, oh, no more I'm a queen, I'm in forest, right? Like that, the king could realize he's in a dream, or rather, he was in a dream. But now, the so-called waking dream, Sadhguru is saying, you are not. This is all just a dream. But then you do all this nonsense. You twist your eyes, you turn your hands, you do whatever. This world is not going away. It seems to be sticking there. But in a sleeping dream, it went away. So, no. How can this be waking? This cannot be a dream. Because see, Sadhguru has taught me so many times that all of this is a dream. But my house is not going away. My husband or my wife is not going away. My children are not going away. Their complaint is not going away. My leg pain is not going away. My bank balance problem is not going away. How can this be dream? No, this cannot be dream. This is real. Maybe just for teaching purpose, the Sadhguru is teaching me that this is a dream. So, okay, let him tell whatever he tells. But this dream, no, this is not dream. This is reality. This is waking reality. How do I find liberation in the waking reality? Let me find liberation in the waking reality. One day I will find liberation. One day I will be liberated. And what will happen after liberation? People say something. I don't know what happens after liberation, but one day I will find liberation.
I'll get magical powers.
I may get magical powers. Or one day I will transcend all these problems. They show in that movie, he's sitting and butterflies are all around him and he has a smile. I will be Buddha one day. Suddenly, ta-dang, light comes. One day I will wake up. One day I will be liberated. Where? In this world. I will wake up. One day I will be liberated. So, this is a dream. Realizing that this is a dream. Dream means what? It's fleeting. Dream means it comes and goes. Dream means it's a mithya. What's the definition of mithya? Mithya means that which comes and goes, that which is not permanent. The
Seems to be
criteria
real.
for establishing.
But not.
Sorry?
Seems to be real.
Seems
not.
to be real. Yeah, your dream. The king was crying. In your dream, you must have also sweat. You must have also cried, screamed, shouted. You may even have killed somebody. I don't know why you are not behind the bars for killing somebody. So many nonsense might have happened in your dream, no? But here you are. Nobody seems to be bothering about what all nonsense you've done in the dream. So, like that dream seems to be unreal because you wake up and the world and the scenery changes. But this world, this dream, the scenery may not change. Scenery will not change. So before waking up and after waking up, the scenery will not change. But you realize that this is also a scene. That this is also like that dream, something that is coming and going, something that is not permanent. And the only permanent is I, the one who's watching that sleeping dream and now watching this waking dream. I am the only reality. That is the true liberation. Which means what? You are already liberated. Because you are the one who's seeing this. Without you, the light of awareness, how can any of this be seen? Who's seeing that drama called dream? Who's seeing this drama called life? Before knowledge, I may have ignorance and I may say, I slept well. But you, as the light of awareness, do you need sleep? Sleep is needed for the body. Do you need sleep? Do you need, is there something called as waking up, as awareness? So Turiya, that is beyond the three. You, the light of awareness, which is seeing the waking, dreaming, sleeping. Because even to say that I was sleeping, you must be there, is it not? Otherwise, how could you say, I slept well? You did not seem to be lost. It's not like yesterday night I went to sleep and today morning I'm totally lost. I don't know. Who is this? You don't say anything like that. I slept. I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I woke up now. So to be able to say something like that, you must have been there. But the lack of clarity is as what? I think I, as a body and mind, I went to sleep. I'm waking up. So that illusion is the only illusion that I need to snap out of. Any questions, statements? If not, shall we end our contemplation here? Ashwini ji, any closing statements?
No, Vijayji. It was very clear, Vijayji.
Wonderful. So shall we end our contemplation here? Yeah. Hari Om.